What you say, Sidewinders? Welcome back to another video. We're here at the Monster Jam World Finals in Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. This is World Finals 9. We got a request for a big event here for the World Finals 8 field. We have that field of trucks, but unfortunately I couldn't find World Finals 8. But I hope this is close enough. And just want to run through real quick the events we got upcoming as well. We got Dragons face-off coming as well, and a superhero face-off. We're going to see if we have enough superhero trucks. We're going to introduce these trucks as they qualify, though. First off is Kathy Winston in Team Suzuki as she comes around the turn. Oh, she gets a little squirrely, but gets across the line, and she's going for a ride. Upside down, can she save it? Still on the gas. And she brings it back around. And we'll get the clock in for Team Suzuki. We're just trying this out. Just trying a little something new. And it's a 15:22 for Team Suzuki. And she sets the bar. Next up is Chad Tingler in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Popular truck with the fans. Ear flapper, tail wagger, running the old style dog. Chad Tingler. A great driver. Whoa, we got a little wide there, though. This course may be a little bit slicker than some drivers anticipated here, but a good... Whoa, he's on two wheels. Chad Tingler whipping the dog around, and he brings it back around. And the time is a 16.63 for Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Next up is Chad Fortune in Superman. Chad Fortune, a fantastic driver. Drives many different machines like Power Forward and Soldier Fortune and Captain America. He's in Superman today, and he's got a good run going. Nice job there for Chad Fortune. Maybe the best run we've seen so far from the big Superman Ford, and we'll get the clock in, and he takes the lead, a 14.55 for Superman. Next up is Don Cretan and Scarlet Bandit. Another big Ford, big horsepower in this one. Catch her if you can. Fantastic driver. You see the exhaust popping a little bit as she comes around the turn. She got a little wide, but smooth through the turn, and a good run there for Dawn Cretan and Scarlet Bandit. Oh man, upside down. She takes a tumble, but she is back on her wheels. And we'll get the clock in, and the time, a 15.50 for Dawn Cretan. Next up is Chris Bergeron and Brutus. The Wild Man in the Team Scream Dog, running his design from 2007 on a CRC chassis. Whoa, he got into the dirt there of the container a little bit. That knocked him a little out of line, but he recovered nicely. And a good run there by Chris Bergeron and Brutus. Considering the problem there in Thunder Alley, he recovered quite nicely. And he gets a 15.39. Next up is Courtney Jolly in 106.7 the Fox. We don't have Pastrana 199, so we're going to use this one. Courtney Jolly, a fantastic driver as well. This is another big Ford. And here she comes around the turn, packing the wheel through the turn, and a good run there. Lands on the back wheels. Nice job there by Courtney Jolly in 106.7 the Fox. And she gets a time of 15.22. Chad Fortune still leads in Superman. Up next is Michael Vaughters in Black Stallion. Legendary truck and driver, Thunder Nationals champion. I actually saw him perform this past weekend. He actually won the racing portion of the Saturday afternoon show. So Michael Vaughters still has it for sure. And here he comes around the turn. He got a little bit wide and a little out of shape there. Coming to the line. But a good run there for Michael Waters in Black Stallion. And he gets a time of 15.78. Up next is Jim Kohler in Avenger. Mr. Excitement. Legendary trucking driver here running his Chevy design from World Finals 8. CRC chassis once again, much like Brutus. I'm already starting to lose my voice. It's a good thing this is going to be a multiple day period of recording this. But nonetheless, Jim Kohler, a good run there in Avenger. We'll get the clock in for Mr. Excitement. And he gets a 14.67, just off from the lead. That was very close. Up next is Damon Bradshaw in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. The more blue design for this one is just showing up as a blank body for some reason. Not sure what's going on there, but Damon Bradshaw taking the slower approach to the corner here. And a nice run there for Damon Bradshaw in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. We'll get the clock in for this great looking machine. And he gets a time of 15.19 for the Afterburner. Up next is Lupe Souza in El Toro Loco. The Crazy Bull. Legendary machine. Fantastic driver. As he charges his way to the turn. Whips it in. He got a little wide there at Lupe Souza. But he gets it across the line in a good run there for the Crazy Bull El Toro Loco. Lupe Souza. We'll get the clock in. And he gets a 15.37. Chad Fortune still leads in Superman. Up next is Scott Hartsock in Gunslinger. Absolute legend of monster truck competition. Cocked, locked, and ready to rock the mega power forward Gunslinger. Here he comes around the turn to the line, and it's a very good run there for Scott Hartsock. Oh my! Over he goes. And he brings it back around and saves it. Lost a door, got some panels flapping there. But the Mega Power Ford, a good run. And he is going to take the lead with a 14.19. Up next is George Bellhand in the Escalade. Your leader is now Scott Hartsock in Gunslinger. The punk with all the junk, George Bellhand, with that black Escalade. Whoa, he got a little wide. Had to get on the brakes there. Slid way wide, almost to the wall. But he recovers and gets it across the line. Nice job there for George Bellhand in the Escalade. And his time is a 16.08. Up next is Neil Elliott in Hot Wheels. It says beat that. Great looking machine. Got requested the 07 Wheelman. This was the newest one. This is the 2006, so hopefully it's close enough. Neil Elliott, a legendary driver, and he has a good run there in that Wheelman Hot Wheels. Great run there for the front engine forward, and we'll get the clock in right here for Hot Wheels. And he gets a 15.34. Scott Hartsock still leads. Up next is Adam Anderson in Taz. Great driver here. Fantastic machine. Adam Anderson made quite a name for himself at this track with this truck as he laid down a very nice freestyle to take the championship, and he gets a good run for qualifying here for the Looney Tunes character. Adam Anderson in Taz. We'll get the clock in, and he gets a 14.68. Just off. Scott Hartsock still leads. Next up is David Smith and King Crunch. The big Chevrolet, legendary truck and driver. Great looking machine. And here he comes around the turn. He's on a race source chassis. He got slightly wide, but a good run there for David Smith and King Crunch as he brings it across the line. And we'll get the clock in for the big Chevrolet. And he gets a 15.30. Nice job for David Smith. Up next is Lindsey Wink in the Lucas Oil Crusader. We had to use the red one here because the blue one is showing a blank body. I'm not about to use a blank body. There's enough blank space going on in my brain. So, can't have that. But nonetheless, Lindsey Wink having a good run here in the Crusader. Man, that was a very nice run there for Lindsey Wink. And we'll get the clock in here. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. 1/10 off from the lead with a 14.29. And Scott Hartsock still leads. Next up is Mark McDonald, Safe Auto Minimizer. Another big Ford. Fantastic truck and driver. Play it safe, it says on the roof. And here he comes around the turn. Whoa, he had to get on the brakes there as he went a little wide. Mark McDonald, though, a good run in Safe Auto. Whew, I tell you what, this is going to be a long recording, folks. A 15.85 for Safe Auto Minimizer. Next up is Charlie Palkin in the Monster Mud. Running the old dog style as well, much like the Dalmatian. Charlie Palkin, a legendary driver. And here he comes around the turn. And a good turn there for Charlie Palkin. Monster Mutt gets a really good run. And he stands it up on the nose there a little bit at the finish. We'll get the clock in for the tail wagging pal here. And a 14.50. Scott Hartsock still your leader in Gunslinger. As we get ready for our next competitor, Lyle Hancock in the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder. We had to use the PEI because, again, the CRD one is showing a blank body. I'm not sure what's going on with some of these. But Lyle Hancock, he has to get hard on the brakes there. As he slides wide, he almost gets into the center ramp there. But Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder gets it across the line. Nice job there for Lyle Hancock. And he gets a 16.54. Next up is Pablo Huffaker in Captain's Curse. Legendary truck and driver here. Great looking 41 wheelies. And we will see what Pablo can do here. As he brings it around the turn, hard on the brakes once again. As he slides wide and he gets into the ramp. The center ramp a little bit. Pablo Huffaker, a little bit of trouble there in the turn. And he gets a time of 16.58. I tell you what, folks, I'm going to have to take some time to recover after recording the voiceover for this qualifying here. Next up is John Seasock and Batman, back-to-back World Finals Racing Champion. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this or not. Seasock goes a little bit wide there in Batman. And we will see. He gets a little bit out of shape. And he's going over. And he lost the jet boosters. Man, oh man. And he gets a 16.07 for Batman. I'm just trying to survive at this point, folks. Next up is Jimmy Creighton in the Bounty Hunter. Legendary truck and driver. You can run, but you can't hide. And here he comes around the turn. Big horsepower for this big Ford as well. As he gets it across the line, Jimmy Creighton in the Bounty Hunter. And we'll get the clock in for Jimmy Creighton, and it's a 15.10 for the Big Ford. Next up is Tom Mintz, Maximum Destruction, the legend, the professor, the most accomplished Monster Jam driver of all time. On his Mintz Wilman chassis, of course, running his older piece, Maximum Destruction. He gets slightly wide. Tires are shaking a little bit for Maximum Destruction, but he gets across the line. A good job there for Tom Mintz. Maximum Destruction will get the clock in, and we will see if he can top Scott Hartsock. And he does not, a 15.66. The Mega Power Ford still your leader. And last but not least is the icon, Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger. In the 25th anniversary chrome, that's not actually chrome for some reason, but a legendary machine nonetheless. Dennis Anderson bobbles a little bit in the turn, and he gets it across the line. And we'll get the clock in for Gravedigger, as this has been the biggest struggle of my life to call this. And he gets a 14.78, so that means your fastest qualifier is Scott Hartsock and Gunslinger. Alright, round one, Scott Hartsock and Gunslinger, and Chad Tingler in the Monster Mutt Dalmatian. I'm not making the words for the names. This has already taken way longer than I wanted it to. Here they come down Thunder Alley. This track is self-explanatory. We've been here many times. Tingler goes wide. So does Hartsock. But it looks like it's going to be Gunslinger in the opening race of round one. And our fast qualifier, Scott Hartsock, moves on to round number two. Up next, Lindsey Wink and the Lucas Oil Crusader and Pablo Huffaker and Captain's Curse. Great looking machines here. As we mentioned, we had to use this red Crusader because the other one is not working. And here they come. Whoa, Wink slides way wide, but Pablo's having some trouble. A little bouncy in the turn. And Lindsey Wink gets the win in the Lucas Oil Crusader, as Pablo had a little trouble in the turn there, or he may have could have won that one easy, but Crusader moves on. Up next, Bobby Z in the Monster Mud and Lyle Hancock in the Built Ford Tough Blue Thunder. Lyle was snoozing on the line there, and the dog jumps out to an early lead coming down Thunder Alley. And here they come. Lyle Hancock slides wide in the turn, and Bobby Z is going to get the win. Monster Mutt upside down though. Blue Thunder on two wheels. Monster Mutt's upside down, but Bobby Z moves on. Up next, Chad Fortune and Superman and George Bellhand in the Escalade. Chad Fortune, a fantastic driver, done very good in qualifying in Superman. George Bellhand, as we know, has had some bad luck here on the channel, and he goes wide. Chad Fortune is going to get the win in Superman. Oh man, a rough landing there for Bellhand. Looks like he might have broke something in the front end, but Chad Fortune moves on. Up next, Jim Kohler and Avenger and Mark McDonald and Safe Auto Minimizer. Jim Kohler always does very well in these competitions. We have not seen the Safe Auto Minimizer in a while. Mark McDonald, though, a great driver. What a turn there for Mark McDonald. Safe Auto Minimizer. Jim Kohler went wide. They both standing up on the nose. But Mark McDonald, a great run there in Safe Auto, and he moves on. Up next, Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger and John Seasock and Batman. Legendary battle here. This is going to be a good one. Back-to-back champion John Seasock against multi-time world champion Dennis Anderson. Anderson a little wide, so is Seasock. Here they come to the line. Anderson clips the middle ramp there. Seasock is upside down at Batman. But John Seasock does get the win. A huge win for Batman. Up next, Jimmy Creighton and Bounty Hunter. and Michael Waters and Black Stallion. Another legendary battle here. Big Fords. Here they come down Thunder Alley to the turn. Waters a little wide. And here they come to the line. We still got a good race. It's close. Very close. Over goes Black Stallion. Waters is upside down. And Jimmy Creighton gets the win in Bounty Hunter. Up next, Damon Bradshaw in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. And Tom Mintz in Maximum Destruction. Again, great trucks and drivers here. Tom Mintz, always a huge opponent for anybody. And here they come to the line. And it's a close one. It looks like Damon Bradshaw might have got him. My goodness. The two top dogs of monster truck competition go out in the first round as the Air Force Afterburner gets the win. Up next, Adam Anderson and Taz, and Don Creighton and Scarlet Bandit. Great trucks and drivers once again as they come down Thunder Alley. And here they come to the turn. Don Creighton bobbles a little bit. Adam Anderson goes wide. But Adam, oh man, over he goes. Adam Anderson takes a wild ride there in Taz. But it is Taz getting the win. Up next, Courtney Jolly in 106.7 The Fox and Chris Bergeron and Brutus. Great trucks and drivers once again. Chris Bergeron, the wild man, in Brutus on the CRC chassis. He goes wide. And Courtney Jolly, a good run there in 106.7 The Fox. And the big Ford is going to move on to round two. Up next, Kathy Winston and Team Suzuki and Lupe Souza and El Toro Loco. Great trucks and drivers once again. My voice is already struggling, folks. This is why this is taking so long. Here they come to the line, and we have got a good one. What a race! My goodness! El Toro's upside down. Man, oh man, Lupe Souza. The winner is Kathy Winston and Team Suzuki. Up next, David Smith and King Crunch and Neil Elliott in Hot Wheels. We found a closer World Final 7 King Crunch. Am I going to go back and change that clip though? Absolutely not. We have what you have. Chevy versus Ford. Here they come around the turn. We've got another good one. What a race! Man, oh man. It was also Race Source versus Wheelman there. And the win goes to Neil Elliott in Hot Wheels. Alright, round two. Scott Hartsock, Gunslinger. Bobby Z and the Monster Mutt. Very strong in round number one. Our fastest qualifier, Scott Hartsock, has been strong in Gunslinger, but so is Bobby Z. Monster Mutt, we will have to have a fast loser out of this round as well. And it looks like this one's going to go to Gunslinger and Scott Hartsock. The Monster Mutt may have a chance to come back as a fast loser, as we mentioned, but Gunslinger gets the win here. Up next, Lindsey Wink, Lucas Oil Crusader, and Chad Fortune and Superman. Here they come. They was both very strong in round number one. And Lindsey Wink slides wide in the Crusader, and it's going to be Chad Fortune and Superman. Oh man, Lindsey Wink's upside down in the Crusader. And Chad Fortune moves on in Superman. Up next, Mark McDonald, Safe Auto Minimizer, and Jimmy Creighton in the Bounty Hunter. Here we go. Big Ford battle once again. Great trucks and drivers. Mark McDonald has been nailing these turns, and he nails it once again. Safe Auto Minimizer. Oh man, into the container, and he takes a tumble. But man, oh man, he has got these turns down pat. Mark McDonald's flying. Up next, John Seasock and Batman and Damon Bradshaw in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. Here we go. Again, two great trucks and drivers. Here they come to the turn. We've got a good one going. Seasock a little bit wide. Damon Bradshaw a good turn. Air Force Afterburner gets the win. He's going over. And John Seasock just obliterated the rear end of that truck. A rough landing there, but Damon Bradshaw moves on. Up next, Adam Anderson and Taz and Kathy Winston and Team Suzuki. Here we go. Again, great trucks and drivers. Adam Anderson, a great turn there. Adam Anderson and Taz. Fantastic turn there, as he absolutely nails it. And Adam Anderson and Taz moves on to the quarterfinals. Up next, Courtney Jolly in 106.7 The Fox and Neil Elliott in Hot Wheels. Last matchup for round number 2. This is a 24 truck field, as you know, so we will have the quarterfinals before the semifinals, which is why we have to have a fast loser. This one's going to go to Neil Elliott in Hot Wheels. Courtney Jolly, oh, she goes over, was not able to save it, and Neil Elliott moves on. All right, now it's time for the quarterfinals, folks. Scott Hartsock and Gunslinger and Mark McDonald, Safe Auto Minimizer. The fast losers will be Jimmy Creighton and Bounty Hunter and Courtney Jolly in 106.7 The Fox. We'll come back as fast losers for this round. Mark McDonald, another fantastic turn there. He might have went a little wider than he did before. They're both in trouble. But man, oh man, Mark McDonald takes out the fast qualifier in Safe Auto. Up next, Chad Fortune and Superman and Damon Bradshaw in the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. Great trucks and drivers that have been very strong. Chad Fortune has been gliding around these turns as well, and he nails it. Clips the center ramp a little bit. They both have rough landings there. Damon Bradshaw sliding on the side, and he brings it back up. But Chad Fortune gets the win in Superman. My voice is just about done, folks. Up next, Adam Anderson and Taz and Jimmy Creighton and Bounty Hunter. Great trucks and drivers. This is going to be a good one. Jimmy Creighton, our fast loser, and Bounty Hunter. Looks like they're both having a good run. Jimmy Creighton bobbles a little bit, though, and it's going to be Taz. Adam Anderson is going to the semifinals. The freestyle champion in Taz, Adam Anderson, moves on. All right, next up, Neil Elliott in Hot Wheels and Courtney Jolly in 106.7 The Fox. Last matchup for the quarterfinals. Courtney Jolly getting another shot at Hot Wheels here. They're in opposite lanes this time. They both have good turns, but it looks like Courtney got him that time. Oh man, Neil Elliott, a rough landing there in Hot Wheels. He definitely broke something. But Courtney Jolly brings back 106.7 The Fox. Semi-finals are set, folks. Mark McDonald, Safe Auto Minimizer, Adam Anderson, and Taz. We have got a great Final Four in this 24 truck World Finals here. And these two have both been very good around these turns. Adam Anderson bobbles a little bit. Mark McDonald, Safe Auto Minimizer. A complete flip. Adam Anderson goes for a ride and saves it too. And Safe Auto's headed to the finals. To see who joins Safe Auto, Chad Fortune and Superman, and Courtney Jolly in 106.7 The Fox. We're going to have a Ford battle for the championship. No matter what. Here they come around the turn. Again, these two have both been great. Chad Fortune clips the center ramp a little bit, but he does cross first. It looks like Courtney Jolly is barrel rolling down the track, and it is Superman headed to the finals. The finals are set. Mark McDonald and Safe Auto Minimizer and Chad Fortune and Superman. Big forward battle between two great trucks and drivers. Here they come down Thunder Alley one last time. Chad Fortune slides slightly wide. Mark McDonald again, a fantastic turn. Chad Fortune had a good turn as well, but Mark McDonald has been nailing it all evening long, and he wins the 24 truck World Finals right here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. I'll tell you what, folks, we ain't seen Mark McDonald in a while, but he always does fantastic in our competitions. And Chad Fortune again was right there, as he usually is right at the finish. That guy is destined to get a big win sooner or later, but today it is the Safe Auto Minimizer claiming the 24 truck World Finals trophy. I tell you what, folks, this took way longer than I wanted it to, partly because of my voice. And as you can tell, I kill my voice on a regular basis on here. And this is the biggest event I've done, I believe. But nonetheless, oh, Mark McDonald upside down, and he saves it. Nonetheless, enjoy the rest of his freestyle celebration. Congratulations to Mark McDonald as he takes another tumble there. Congratulations to Mark McDonald and Safe Auto Minimizer. Enjoy the rest of his freestyle or lag style celebration with the way this internet's acting. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, we will see you next time with some more monster truck action. So long, everybody. Phew.